Good morning, White Shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, just to bring you up to speed, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3MB airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 27th, 2025 episode of Second Cup. Wow, the end of October wrapping up. Definite chill in the air here in Northeast Ohio. Furnaces are kicking on, and yeah, we've got some cold nights. I think in certain parts of Ohio, they had a freeze warning the other night, and we're getting down there into like the upper 30s, like 37, 38 degrees already. Yeah, furnaces are kicking in and turning on, and got to turn that thermostat up a little bit. The days are getting kind of warm, like maybe 50, 52, 53 degrees. We've had some rain here and there. I mean, it's just October, just the end of October winding up. Halloween is this Friday, and I'm always hopeful that the trick-or-treaters will have a good weather, that they won't have a lot of rain, it won't be cold, anything like that. It'll be a good, pleasant evening. Even if it's like 58 degrees, something like that, that's still a nice temperature to have your costume on and to run around and get candy and that sort of thing. And I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, the neighborhood I live in, I mean, we get like 300 kids. Yes. And I mentioned on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, I'm getting new tires on this little old Ford Ranger that I have. And the only time I can get into Costco to have them mount those tires is this Friday, which is Halloween. And trick-or-treating starts in my neighborhood, I think 5 or 5:30, and then it winds up at 7:30. So, right after work, I'm having these tires mounted, so I don't know if I'm going to make it in time to hand out candy. I'll probably have to hand the candy to my neighbors and say, here, hand this out on my behalf, that sort of thing. They usually have a lot of nice get-togethers, and they usually do consolidate a couple of homes, 2-3 homes, into one front yard with a big table of candy, and they tell the kids, okay, look, you don't have to go to that house or that house, all the candy's here. So I might just get some candy this week and just throw it into that candy pool, so to speak. But you can tell it's the end of October because the temperatures are changing. The leaves are starting to change color and fall off. And the World Series is underway. How about that? Toronto Blue Jays against the LA Dodgers. The series is all tied up 1-1. And my gosh, wasn't that a great opening game in Toronto? My gosh, the folks of Toronto really, really turned out and put on a great opening World Series game. Everything was great. The national anthems were great, and the game was great, and just really a terrific television event, watching the national pastime on TV in the World Series. Always look forward to that. And of course, it's tied up. It's going to go back to LA, and that should be tonight at 8 o'clock. when this airs on Monday morning. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. But so far enjoying the World Series, and I hope you are enjoying too. I'm kind of pulling for the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm leaning towards them. Those guys are they're a scrappy little team. Let me tell you. I think and I mean that in a very endearing way. They seem to have a lot of heart on the ball field. So we'll see what happens. So looking forward to watching Game 3 of the World Series tonight at 8 o'clock. And I hope all of you tune in. I hope you're enjoying it as well. And, you know what? I got a cup of coffee here this morning. I forgot to mention what I'm drinking. I am drinking right here. Here it is right here. I don't know if you can hear that. That is my Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. Boy, these are great. I'm using my Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug with Tony the Tiger on it. They're great. Hey, hang on, let me get a sip. That is terrific. I love these because, as they say here, you get 10 in a box, 10 instant coffee packets, all dressed up with creamer and sugar. Just add water. Ideal for travel. That is so true. I have used these for travel, and it's just terrific because all you have to do is just take 2 or 3 of these, throw them in your DOP kit with your shaving gear, and when you get to your destination, you know what? You all you got to do is heat up some water, and you got a really nice, flavorful cup of coffee, creamer and sugar already involved in it, and it's terrific. Now, I like to drink my coffee black, but I make an exception for having creamer and sugar when I'm using the Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. These are terrific, and I can't remember the price, but not a lot of money. Now, the way I use them is I'll just heat the water up in my Keurig machine. Instead of putting a Keurig cup in there, I just take the packet, open it up, dump it into the cup, and then hit that Keurig button and let that hot water flow into the mug, and I'm good to go. How about that? Yeah, so Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. These are terrific. Just add water. Ideal for travel. Ideal for travel. Great for home. Whenever you want a cup of coffee, they're right there at the ready. And especially if you've run out of Keurig cups and you got a Keurig machine, this is a great go-to, a great standby. So hang on, let me get one more sip. That is really terrific. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. It's Halloween this Friday, so let me wish you an early happy Halloween. I hope you have a great Halloween and handing out a lot of candy to all those little ghosts and goblins that come to your front door. Yeah, it's a terrific time of the year. Kind of like the last hurrah before the snow and cold start rolling in. But it won't get here too soon. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving to look forward to as well. And usually, the weather during Thanksgiving can kind of be calm. It'll be a nice brisk day, but we may not have any snow on the ground, that sort of thing. And living in Northeast Ohio in Chardon, where I do, you never know. I mean, we might get that early snowfall that just dumps a whole bunch of snow right around the Thanksgiving holiday. And then in a day, it's all gone. I mean, a day or two later, it's all gone. And then things warm up a little bit. I'm not talking about 70 degrees. I'm saying it just warm up into like maybe the 40s, maybe low 50s. And then as you get closer to the Christmas season, then things start to kind of even out a little bit. And we start getting those cold days, and we start getting a little bit of snow and that sort of thing as we head into the winter season. But we're wrapping up the autumn season. We got fall baseball, the October Classic. We got Halloween this week. We got the Second Cup podcast this morning, and I hope you've got a great cup of coffee. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's pay a few bills, and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Well, this morning we've got a double release from Phoenix Shaving. Monstroso and Black Bot return. A creature double feature. Let's talk about Monstroso first. It says here, your favorite Dirty Fall Classic returns for you. Monstroso, a whole new take on vetiver. Here's the scent profile. Morrow Blood Orange, Autumn Glow Apricot, Haitian Vetiver. Oddities, curiosities, things that go bump in the night, lurking just beyond the safety of a flickering, fast-burning candle's light. Monstroso! And they have everything in the Monstroso collection. You've got the Artisan Ultra Premium Formula CK6 Shave Soap. You've got the Aftershave and Cologne, the Star Jelly Aftershave, the EDP, the Cube 2.0, Solid Cologne, Body Soap, Shampoo, and so much cool gear. This really is a fun release, as Douglas writes here. Yeah, for the first time ever, a Cube 2.0 for Monstroso. And as Douglas writes here, this, my friends, is probably one of the most unique vetiver forward scents currently out there. A uninhibited blend of dirty vetiver and sweet, but not too sweet, organic fruitiness, almost floral and very surreal. So very familiar, while at the same time, so very strange. A bold, truly magical concoction of monstrous scent. Now, here are some details on the aftershave and cologne, the scent profile dissected, that sort of thing. And as they write here, the roots of all evil, kinda, not really. Each bottle of Monstroso aftershave cologne holds something truly alive. Within floats a real clipping of Haitian vetiver root, a mysterious specimen chosen not only for its thematic paranormal appeal, but for its alchemical function. Over time, it slowly tinctures the blend, deepening the aftershave's character and unleashing hidden layers of earthy complexity, its rate carefully regulated by the inclusion of vetiver hydrosol. Before joining the formula, each root is soaked in the hydrosol to rehydrate and, dare we say, reanimate it. Once awakened, it welcomes the alcohol, allowing the essence to penetrate the root's cellular depths and draw out its aromatic spirit. The result? A living, breathing elixir that looks every bit as supernatural as it smells. Now here is the scent profile dissected. This rather odd combination of festive scents are some of my most favorite to work with. So much so, you may recognize some of the names, but never have I used them with such reckless abandonment. Autumn Glow Apricot. Fuzzy, pungent, soft, fruity note, close to peach but less bright. The pits also contributes a light, bitter, almost almond scent, reminiscent of amaretto liqueur. Moro Blood Orange. The Moro is the most colorful of the blood oranges, with a deep red flesh and a rind with a bright red blush. It is from this rind that the hydrosol used in our splash is derived. The aroma is much more intense and present than a standard or bitter orange hydrosol, very distinct with almost berry-type notes. Haitian vetiver, deep, dirty, slightly sweet and resinous, with pronounced earth and root notes with light, smoky undertones. A harvest of skin food. Aside from our usual cast of face-saving ingredients, we also thought we'd include pumpkin seed oil. Festive, no? Folks, you are in for a real spooky special scent that possesses a real spark. So there you go, from Phoenix Shaving Monstroso, just in time for Halloween and the remaining autumn season. Yeah, lots of great autumn days left to celebrate with Monstroso. Even though you might not get it in time for Halloween, you can enjoy Halloween in a spooky shave for these remaining days of autumn as the sun gets a little lower in the sky and the chill comes into the air, and you're looking for something to kind of reminisce about Halloween days past. This is absolutely perfect. The artwork is absolutely awesome. You got to check out the artwork of Frankenstein. It's really, really terrific. From Phoenix Shaving Monstroso, get up to Phoenix Shaving's website and give it a look. Next up from Phoenix Shaving is Black Bot. And as they write here in the headline, if ever there was an archetypal musk of the 60s, this bad boy was it. Now here's the original listing from May 27, 2017. The scent profile: bergamot, lavender, labdanum, oak moss, cedar, tonka bean, and musk. And they describe the scent as thus. As I mentioned at the top of this page, Black Bot is what I consider an archetypal musk, the ideal musk that all others aspire to, the musk that most of us imagine in our scent memory that never was, or was it? Black Bot is rich and deep, shapely and bold, very much alive and very much a mystery to be captured and kept, shared among close friends, and passed down through the generations. Many of you know I am a huge fan of the classic Black Belt, a vintage, lesser-known musk put out by the same makers of High Karate. Both splashes were inspired by the popularity of kung fu and karate movies that were suddenly becoming all the rave. So in my tribute to Black Belt, I thought I would take it full circle with a twist and deliver Black Bot, a tribute to Black Belt and creature double feature. Does art not imitate life? Black Belt never got the respect and tip of the hat that High Karate got, which I find a great injustice when the stuff is classic 60s musky magic. It really stands out and on its own, in bold defiance to a lot of the others from that time. This oversight may be due to the fact that it was so closely related to High Karate, so rather than even give the stuff a sniff, folks wrote it off as another flash-in-the-pan scent created for hornball teenagers. I can assure you nothing is further from the truth. The people spoke and we listened. But to be sure I wasn't crazy, I brought 5 classic vintage splashes to the Big Shave West 2 and had folks vote on which of the 5 were the best, with a promise to reboot the winner as a People's Choice type scent. Clint, Bravo, Silver Surf, Colgate versus Black Belt. Very tough competition, but Black Belt killed it. Most scents that have come and gone throughout the history never get a second chance. Sadly, this is more dictated by profit than scent and performance. Sometimes a scent house or a grooming company has just too many products to put enough marketing oomph behind one piece of genius, which they themselves might be too close to even see themselves. Once in a while, a bottle, like a magic lamp, will make its way through these winding passages of time into your hand and under your nose, a sleeping genie, a time capsule. Conditions must be somewhat perfect for the splash to retain the same vitality it displayed the day it left the apothecary or perfume house. It truly does seem fateful when this happens. I often think about all the lost scents that have just disappeared, poof, and there have been many. But not today and not on my watch, Shave Cadets. Needless to say, I am super excited to pull such a lost, unknown gem from obscurity and bring it back to life. Now make room in your medicine cabinet for the baddest musks of them all, Black Bot, now with a matching cube. Thanks for tuning in again, cadets. Shave on and stay groovy. Sincerely, Doug, Fran, Hux, and Cube. Check it out. Get up to Phoenix Shaving and check it out. Black Bot, a homage to Black Belt from the makers of High Karate. It sounds absolutely amazing. And a piece of vintage scent history brought back to life right there at Phoenix Shaving. Check it out. Get up to Phoenix Shaving. You know where the website is. Give it a look. Oh, and in case you don't know where the website is, just Google Phoenix Shaving or go right up to phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. You'll be right there, and also download the app for your smartphone. Well, are you looking to change up your weekend shaving routine? Well, we received this from Soap Commander. Upgrade your weekend with purpose and relaxation. Now, those are the names of the shave soaps, Purpose and Relaxation. And as they write here, yay for Friday, right? For most people, the weekend's a nice break from the norm, whether to get stuff done, chill out, or have an adventure. However you plan to tackle the weekend, make it count with the right balance of purpose and relaxation. Perhaps a little cheesy, but hey, it's true. Here's the breakdown on each of these. Purpose is a bay rum shave soap, and as they write here, Purpose is more than a scent. It's an embodiment of strength and direction for the modern man. This warm, rich bay rum-inspired fragrance infuses your day with a sense of purpose and energy. Top notes of allspice, capers, cloves, and nutmeg bring a spicy, invigorating kick, balanced by the fresh zest of crushed orange and crisp pine needles. A subtle hint of patchouli and vanilla adds a smooth, grounding base that lingers, providing staying power and depth. Masculine and refreshing, purpose is the perfect blend to bring focus and order to your daily routine. That sounds wonderful. And as I've said, we reviewed the Soap Commander shave soaps early on in the channel's inception. And boy, I really like them a lot. I got to revisit them again. And Purpose sounds like a perfect one to acquire and get a shave done, as does this next one, Relaxation Shaving Soap. This is white tea and ginger. And as they write here, our relaxation scent encourages you to pause for a moment and savor the fragrant aroma of teas touched with ginger, lemon, and bergamot. This delightfully delicate spa-like scent relaxes both mind and body as it beckons you to slow down and unwind. Think of relaxation as your daily oasis. That sounds marvelous too. If you just kind of want to unwind and kick back for the weekend, that sounds like a great shave soap to have a morning shave with, just to kick back and enjoy the weekend. And here's a little more detail about Soap Commander and their shave soaps. Soap Commander vegan-based shaving soaps provide rich, thick, and creamy lather that both moisturize and protect for close and comfortable shave experiences, even against the grain. Our shea butter-enriched shaving soaps are specially formulated to assist your razor in protection and glide to effortlessly cut through the thickest of hair. So that's the Soap Commander, another great artisan that's out there. Again, these are not tallow-based shave soaps. They're vegan-based shave soaps made with these great shea butters. Give them a try. I really enjoy them. Soap Commander. Oh, and before I forget, Soap Commander's Purpose and Relaxation both have matching balms, so check those out as well. And if you want to know where they are on the web, just Google Soap Commander, and the website soapcommander.com should come right up. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a movie to you. And with Halloween this Friday, I thought I'd recommend a real wonderful classic Halloween movie. But as you may know, Halloween kind of is the unofficial start of the holiday season. I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas are not far behind, and Halloween kind of kicks it all off. And I got a movie that includes all of these festive holiday seasons all in one. I may have talked about it before, but I'm going to recommend it again because it's just a terrific movie. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is terrific. If you've never seen it, give it a look. It really is a delightful Halloween movie that also mixes in Christmas. You really have to see it. Here's what they say on Wikipedia. The Nightmare Before Christmas, also known as Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, is an animated 1993 Gothic American stop-motion musical fantasy film directed by Henry Selick in his feature directorial debut and produced and based on a story and characters conceived by Tim Burton. It tells the story of Jack Skellington, the king of Halloween Town, who stumbles upon Christmas Town and schemes to take over the holiday. Danny Elfman wrote the song and score and provided the singing voice of Jack. The principal voice cast includes Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, William Hickey, Ken Page, Paul Rubens, Glenn Shaddix, and Ed Ivory. It really is terrific, and the stop-motion animation is marvelous. Even by today's standards, it holds up so well. Back in 1993, it really was a marvel to look at. It was so smooth and fluid. By today's standards, you would think it was CGI, computer animated. It's not. It's stop motion. Now, I do think, as I recall, I do believe they used some digital tools back then to kind of smooth things out a little bit and maybe enhance some facial features and that sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure about that, but boy, it just looks terrific. And if you're a fan of Ray Harryhausen and all of his great fantasy motion pictures that had all those great stop motion monsters in it, you're going to love this, because the animators were inspired by Ray Harryhausen, among other stop motion animation pioneers from back in the day. So it really is terrific. The music is great. The story is terrific. And the Oogie Boogie Man and his song is a real standout. That is a real highlight in the movie. So check it out. Kick off your holiday, your Halloween holiday and holiday season with The Nightmare Before Christmas from 1993 and the folks at Disney. Give it a look. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.